All right, you guys, happy Sunday. Welcome to Q&A Sunday number 12. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm doing a Q&A every single Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard. So if you have any question about wholesaling houses, virtually or not, drop in the comment and I'll do my best to answer them. What up, you guys? Happy Sunday. We got one person. Who is there? Knock, knock. Who is there? We got 3. You guys, as you enter the live stream, you got to remember, you got to smash that thumbs up. Don't be shy. Let me know that you're here. Boom, boom. Kevin, happy Sunday. Strawberry, happy Sunday. Julia Anderson, happy Sunday. Oh man. Kierna, happy Sunday. Probably pronounced your name wrong. 286, what up? Happy Sunday. Johnston, happy Sunday. Nigel, what up? Happy Sunday. Nigel, dude, what's happening, bro? Jin, how's it going? Happy Sunday. Hey, Nigel, did you get, I know some of you that purchased my Amazing Seller Script package have recently had an issue. Have you got the live seller calls number 4 and number 5? Nigel, drop me a comment and let me know. I want to make sure that you guys get those because, man, in those live phone call, you guys will see how I was able to talk to the seller and then just start getting them to drop price. I'm gonna upload and try to get number 6 and number 7 OT over to you guys. Where I went into like a almost like a 5-minute negotiating with this one seller. No, I only got 3. Oh man, see? Okay, well the thing is, Nigel, you should check your email. My web guy said he already sent it out to everybody. He already sent it out to everyone that purchased the package due already. He said he sent it out to everybody already. But check it. Make sure that you have it. If you don't, drop me an email. I want to get that over to you ASAP. I want you guys to get it. Because these live phone calls, you guys will see how powerful the script is going to come into play. And also too is, I'm going to upload you guys 6 and 7, where I got into almost a 5-minute negotiating with the seller. And at the whole time, obviously, I was acting on behalf of the company. And by the time we got off the phone, she was saying how thankful she is for helping put this together. So yeah. Some and I can't pronounce it. Some and whatever your name is. 18. Happy Sunday. How soon can escrow take to complete with an all cash buyer? Strawberry, as far as I know, that they can complete it probably within like I have done closing within 3 days, all right? I know someone that have done it within 1 day, and that's just really pushing title company, putting everything on a rush, all right? But I have done it in 3 days. So what you want to do is you just want to make sure that you tell your title company, hey, we're looking to close quickly on this, and we need a rush on the title report, and they will send in, and they will put on a rush on the title report, and that's the one thing that's kind of hold everything up. Kevin, happy Sunday. I have a lady who reached out to me. Her mother passes away, who bought for $260 in 2008 and currently comps for the house is $230. What can I do if this house has a reverse mortgage? Any deal here at all? Well, the thing is, Kevin, first you got to know, so if it's worth $230, how much do they owe on it? Passes away, who bought it back in 2008 for $260 and current comps for the house are $2. Yeah, so you got to, Kevin, you got to figure out what the property's worth, which you already know is $230. How much do they owe on it, and is there equity in the house for you to be able to wholesale and make your fee? I mean, there's other ways. There's other ways that people do it where they do a lease option. Lease options, rent to own, all kind of thing where you come in and you just take over their existing mortgage. But I don't do that. I do it nice and clean, tie the property up, and then wholesale to another cash buyer. They kind of come in with cash. They're going to close on it. And once the transaction is closed, I'll be done and out of the pictures completely. 2 Epic. What up? Happy Sunday. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. Nigel, I'll check again today. Yes, Nigel, check again. Please let me know. And if you couldn't get it, I got to get on the phone, talk to my web guy, and see what's going on. Why haven't you guys received it? And also, too, is that for those of you, and also, too, is Nigel, check on all the new email he sent over. Because I think previously when you guys first bought it, we forgot to put the assignment agreement in there, which is obviously very, very important. We forgot to put the assignment agreement, which I already told him a couple of days ago to resend it out to you guys with everything in there. So please check it. If you don't have it, let me know. And James, what up? Happy Sunday. Alex Jones, happy Sunday. You guys, today's Q&A Sunday, number 12. So any questions? Drop a comment. Lisa, happy Sunday. For those of you who wants to know, and obviously this is nothing to do with real estates, but I know that but I'm picking up the car. So the car, I got a text from my Mercedes guys yesterday, or not yesterday, a couple days ago, and the car just complete production. So I'm picking it. So it probably takes a month for it to be delivered. So hopefully by late May or end of May, I'll be picking up the car and I'll be showing it to you guys. I'm so glad to be able to have you guys a part and kind of share my journey, etc., and being a part of you guys' journey as well. Strawberry question is, so if the home has clear title or clean title, how long do you think it will take? So Strawberry, like I said, closing, it really depends on the title company, but I have done where I can close it within 3 days. I've heard people that close it within 1 day. All right, within 1 day. They just, I mean, it's just harder on the, it's just harder on the title company, whoever's closing it, because they got to really work hard and push it. Web guy sent under his name, not wholesales to millions. All right, you guys, for those of you who purchased my amazing package script deal, so I guess my guy's sending it under his name, not under wholesales to million. All right. So James, thanks a lot for bringing that up. So what I'm going to do is I'll have him to make sure that when he sent it over, it's also going to be under wholesale to million. So that way you guys know that it's coming from us. Gabe, Graham, any tips for what to say when texting offer? Okay, well, when you're texting offer to either the agents or the seller, it's going to be different. If you text it to over an agent, this is what I have done when I email to agents. Is I say, and I said, you know, whoever your name, you know, whatever the agent's name is. Let's say it's John. I would say, you know, you just text. I'll say, hi John, my name is blah. You know, I'm with a local investment group here locally. We're interested in putting in an offer on this property. Would you please present my offer to the seller? And if it doesn't make sense, or if it doesn't work, could you please get me a counter? And the reason why you want to say, if it doesn't work, get me a counter, because our offer is going to be low, and we want to let the agent know that that we're open to getting a counter from the seller. So we're open for negotiation, all right? And that have got me like a lot of deals. And the biggest thing, you guys, is if you want to get deals directly from, if you want to get deals, nowadays it's going to be a lot tougher to get deals that's on the MLS because of the market and because of so much competition. But if you want to get deals through agents, you want to make sure that you can connect with that agent, the listing agents directly, all right? Because for the agent is now he or she, instead of splitting the commission, they'll be able to keep the full commission. So that's the incentive for them to work with you directly, all right? So I hope that helps. I can't. Oh, Nye. I guess that's how. Nye. Happy Sunday. Love watching your videos. I'll be joining your team soon. Love and appreciate what you do. Thank you so much. Me too. I appreciate you guys a lot. Because obviously the channel wouldn't grow to today if it weren't for you guys. And I was having dinner with my family last night, and I was sharing with them how obviously I don't tell them the name of the channel, but I pretty much share with them how within, I think within, we're only 7 months and we have grown to almost 5,000 subscribers. And when we hit 5,000 subscribers, you guys, boom, private Facebook page for you guys to network, connect, and that way we can interact a little bit more. Because sometimes, I just want to snap a pictures or something like that, or want to say something really quick. And obviously YouTube, you have to create a video and upload it. Okay. On a virtual deal, how risky is it to send a buyer out to the property for a walkthrough without someone there to represent you? So Alex Jones, what it is that you want to make sure that you have foot on the ground. So connect with other wholesalers, connect with other, maybe some new agents that just got into the business, but connect with somebody there that, some bird dog or whatever it is, and see if they are willing to be able to be there and show the property for you, so that way the buyer and the seller know that you having someone there on behalf of your company. So obviously we don't want them to discuss price and go behind our back. So that's where you got to start building your team. But let's just say if you don't have anybody and you have to send this buyer out, then you want to prep the seller up and go ahead and tell the seller, hey, you know what, my contractor is coming out to look at all the repair. Let him do his thing. And then, so now you're prepping the seller, you're letting the seller know that the person that's coming out is a contractor, so there's no reason why the seller would talk pricing with your contractor. And then you want to prep your buyer up, and then you want to let your buyer know that, and I have done this when I first started, as I was trying to build my team, and you want to make sure that you talk to your buyer and see if you can get some, reference from him. Say, hey, who have you closed some deal with? Can we get a phone number? I want to chat with him. Obviously, we're in this business. I want to make sure that I'm dealing with a legit person. I'm not, etc. So try to get some reference and then prep your buyer up and saying, hey, you know what? So you are there you are there as a contractor to give us repair costs on the property. So you're there as a contractor on behalf of our company to get us repair costs. And we hope that you can stay, we hope that you can respect us and stay professional and don't discuss any pricing with the seller. We're looking to do this a long term with you. We wholesale lots of deals in the area, and we're looking to build relationship and do this long term, not a one-time thing. So if you have to send a buyer out there and you don't have anybody and you couldn't get reference or whatever, I would just prep the buyer, prep the seller up, and then you just have to do it. You just have to do it, and don't let that hold you back. Oh, I haven't got someone I'm worried about. And then it stop you from doing the deal. If you just couldn't do it, having someone there on behalf of your team, it could be your brother, your sister, aunt, uncle. Let's say if you do it in another state, pop your questions on the Wholesaling Houses full-time, go on Bigger Pockets, network with those people. I'm sure that if there's some wholesaler in the area, maybe they're willing to work with you and they send someone out there for you and say, hey, if it does close, you got to give me some kind of a fee. All right. So pay people. But now we do have someone that once we got a lock up, we sent her out. She takes pictures. She charges about $50 per trip. And if she has to be there for an hour or longer, it's $100. So, but how risky? As long as, once you got your team, once you got your buyers built up, and it's not risky at all. We have been fortunate where we haven't had any buyers. Well, there was one that's trying to go behind our back, but we haven't lost any deals on buyer trying to go and talk to seller and steal the deal, or seller and buyer end up talking price, etc. What countries do you invest and look for deals? What county do you invest and look for deals? In Seattle, I have deals I would like to send your way via email. Will you do JV? So the thing is, Epic 2, right now we have so much deals for us already. We don't JV or wholesale with other wholesaler unless the amount is large. But typically, I can definitely Epic 2, if you have something in Seattle, there is a local RIA, post on there, post on the Facebook, post on Bigger Pockets, and I'm sure if it's a deal, I'm sure you'll be able to sell it. You don't need my help. is Craigslist. If you want to drop me an email, and I'm more than happy to, send you all the link to that Facebook group or whatever it is, the Bigger Pockets, etc., that you can post your deal on there. So you don't need my help. You can do it on your own. You can do it. Is Craigslist a good source for finding deals? If not, what are some of your other source you guys use? Legendary 94. So Craigslist, you guys, there are still deals to be found on Craigslist, but it is a little bit tougher. Obviously, when it's on Craigslist, you're going to have a lot of people calling the same, the same property, the same seller. But there is still deals on there. How often do you find them? Not very often. Is there still deal at the auctions? Yes. Is there still deals on the MLS? Yes. The answer is yes, yes, yes. You can find deals. It's just a lot tougher and a lot more competitive. For us, we just right now, all we do is we send out our marketing, but we have to increase and we send out massive of marketing. And most of our deals are off market or directly through an agent, all right? Or directly through an agent. And then we get them pocket listing, so it before it hits the MLS. So hope that helps. Hope that answers your questions. Yeah, Nigel, his name is Keith Woodhams. So I'm gonna have him. You know what? I'm gonna text him right now, because I really, really want you guys to get these calls, and any upcoming calls that I'm going to send to you guys, I really want you guys to get it like that, like right away. So I'm going to text him right now. Hey Keith, it's Calm. Happy Sunday. Hey, could you please send over number 5, number 6 to everybody, and anything that you're going to send over, Keith, anything you're going to send over in the future, please have it sent over with wholesales to million as an email that also show up to them, because they don't know that it's coming from us. They thought, so sometimes your email, it goes into spam because they didn't know that it's coming from wholesales to million. So any upcoming email, please send it with wholesales to million on it, so that way they know. All right. Thanks a lot, Keith. Bye. Boom. Done. That's the one thing I like about the phone, is that I can actually talk. Because there's no way I'll be able to text all that and have it make sense. So anything with talk, text, oh man, it's my favorite. But yeah, getting these live call is so important, and I want you guys to get it, because I want you guys to listen, that everything I put on the script, everything I use on there, you guys to see how powerful it is, and I'm able to negotiate, talk to the seller, and be able to get them down on the price. This lady, she wanted $140. She said, Colin, I know all the costs. I want $140. I know what's all the closing costs is. We're stuck at the $140. We were going to list at $199. We're going to list at $199. We're going to fix up a few things. But, we know that you're an investor. You got to make some money. So when we send it over to you, $140. So walk away. That's what we want. And I got her from $140, and keep on talking to her back and forth. Just going off of all the questions that we needed to ask, and got her from, and it was, man, it got to be at least like a 3 minutes or so, just talking on price, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you guys would see on the call how calm I just stay. I just stay calm and collective, as I am just working for the company and making this deal work for her and for us. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, not a problem. And we're able to get her from 140 as a walkaway down to like 118. And we're sending buyers out on this deal. We're probably going to make... we're looking to make like 20 on the deal. It's worth about 325. So we have her lock up at like I can't remember, 213 or something like that. Let me see here. Make sure I answer all you guys' questions here. Julia Anderson, happy Sunday. What to do if I need to send my seller a contract and he has access to computer, internet, but doesn't have an email? Do I explain to him how to create one, or should I just create one for him? Well, you know what? That's going to be up to you. You can tell him how to create one, or maybe you can create one for him if the seller is comfortable with that. And then you just send it through a DocuSign. But if they don't, let me see this here. Okay. Sorry about the lighting, you guys. Maybe this one, that's be better, but I don't know how to make that like that. Let me see here. I'd be able to lock on my phone, so instead of reaching up there. And also too, just want to give you guys a quick update. Okay, so I got my phone here so I can look at your guys' questions. Make sure. So I got my phone here, so I'll be able to, instead of just reaching forward. Can Eric Cooper, happy Sunday. Fosleen, happy Sunday. Bought your script. I didn't see any video scripts on handling seller objections. Fosleen, I am going to I'm gonna get that sent over to you. All right. Blake Wayne, happy Sunday. David Bisto, happy Sunday. How many potential buyers view the property before you don't allow any more? How many buyers can you bring through the house before the seller gets upset? You know what? You just have to do what you have to do. So, you have to do as many showing as you need to sell that property. If it takes 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, however much it is, you just have to get it done. And for the seller to get upset because she's sending multiple people through the property, well, you just have to, if the seller does get upset, then you just have to let the seller know that, hey, we're trying to find a contractor that's willing to give us a lower repair cost on the property because everybody else seems very expensive, so it's really hard. So it makes the number not work for us, and we really wanted to, keep on moving forward to close on this property, but we need a contractor that's willing to work with us on our price and make sure that the numbers work for our contractor and for us, and obviously for you as well. And so you have to keep on showing the property until you can sell it. But if you get to the point where maybe the contract is up, the seller doesn't want to extend it, and the seller doesn't want to allow no more showing, then at that time and you couldn't find any buyers, then you just have to cancel the contract. Blake, where can I get a contract for first deal? Blake, you can go to, I know Flipman, Ty, aka the Flipman. He has his one-page contract. Otherwise, for us, you have to buy our package deal and includes all the contract in there, which I don't think you want to do that, or I don't know if you want to or not. Kong wants Eric Cooper, happy Sunday. Kong, once I go get my probate list, what should I do next? Send out letters. Fosleen, can you set up a private Facebook group for paying member? I'll give it some thoughts. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure what would you expect in that Facebook group. So I want to let you guys know when we hit 5,000 subscriber. Joe Dirt, what up? Happy Sunday. When we hit 5,000 subscriber, I'm gonna open up a private Facebook page for all of you guys, for all of the subscriber to go on. To go on the Facebook, connect, network, and then just share information and ideas. But I just don't want you guys to expect that me going on there and answer the question all day long. So that's one thing I was worrying about opening up, because I didn't want high expectation from you guys, from me. Billy, happy Sunday. Sean John Kong takes massive actions. Yes, action plus actions equal massive action, massive results, you guys. So remember, after watching some video, take actions. Nothing is going to work unless you do. Nothing's going to happen unless you make a move. All right, you got to make a move, whether it's wrong, whether it's right, but you need to make a move so you can figure out the next step. Joe, I have a motivated seller, but I need to get him off 140 ARV, 169. Oh, I need to get him off 140. ARV is 169, repairs 5 to 7. I need to get him to 103 for this deal to be good. Okay, well, Joe, so basically you just need to to me, the numbers, like when I look at this, and if the seller is somewhat motivated to sell, and it's reason, to me the prices doesn't seem too far apart. He's at 140. You just need to bring him down at 103. That's like a 30 something $1,000, which to me it doesn't seem like it's a huge difference. Tell us about your second and your third deal, Delano Johnson. Uh, well, when I first started, my second deal was a house where we have to jack up the whole house, strip everything down to the stud, raise the house, pour a new foundation, and I messed up completely on that, and that was my nightmare, my worstest nightmare, and I don't want to bring it back. That deal there made me lose sleep for like 3 to 4 days, and I wish nothing. I wish nothing like this would happen upon anybody. Every single day, for that 3 to 4 days, every day I wake up, it was to me it was pitch black. I didn't want to get out of my room. My stomach was like upside down, because it could have cost us about $175,000 we would have lost on that deal. So yeah, that was like a nightmare deal. But I think we end up made about 5 or 10 thousand off that deal. So I was fortunate, and the Angels was definitely on my side for that deal. My third one was a firehouse. We end up making 100K off of that one. So I'm telling you guys, my second, my third. So these are my flips. I didn't get into wholesaling until like 3 years later, and then eventually merged into virtual wholesaling. But man, my third one was a firehouse. The whole thing was going to go in there, strip everything down. But obviously, I was learning everything from scratch, you guys. So I was like trying to figure out, how do I get this smoke? So the house burned. So how do I get the smoke smell away? Because you have to get the smoke smell away for it to pass. Inspection. So we were trying all kind of stuff. I didn't even really know what I was doing. I was Googling, trying to find. I was calling contractor. I was running to Home Depot, asking them, telling them about my situation, what's going on with the property. So we end up having to get a oil primer. You guys, I didn't even know that like when I first got in, like some of you, I don't know if you guys know what a primer is. I don't even know what a primer is. I didn't even know that there's so many different kind of paint. Primer, oil based, not oil based. I didn't even know. So we end up having to I end up having to try so many different things. And then some guy at Home Depot said, "Hey, Kong, I had a client that has the same issue as you, and he used an oil-based primer, and then all you need to do is spray it heavily." So I got my contractor to go in there, spray the whole thing, but it was sitting for a week or two, and we're just trying to open everything up and just unload the smell, but it just wouldn't go away. So the initial was coming in, getting it done. The profit's supposed to be 150. And the rehab was supposed to be about 4 months. Well, guess how long it took me? Over a year. Over a year to do that deal. Over a year to do that flip. I made so much mistake, but I learned so much from that deal. From that one, from my second, my third, I've learned so much, and then it helps me to do my fourth, my fifth a lot better. As far as in figuring who go first, who goes in there, and who go next, and getting better and better as I learned from my mistake. But I was still wake up 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning on my phone. Like my phone was like attached to my ear like this all day long. And we just got to the point where we're like, well, when we first got into real estate, we wanted for the time freedom, not just for the money, but to also to be financially free and the time freedom, right? But I soon figured out that fix and flip wasn't the ideal lifestyle that we want, and then we started to and then see, you guys gotta understand, you won't change, like people won't change unless they're unsatisfied or unhappy with where they're at. Like if you're not unhappy and unsatisfied with where you're at, you're not going to change. If you're comfortable, you're not going to change. If you're comfortable and you're like, "Oh yeah, I want it," nope, you're not going to make a move. All right. So for people to change, they must be really unhappy, unsatisfied with where they're at, or another case is that you have so much ambitions and motivations to be great, and that's what's going to push you to move forward. All right, but if you're comfortable, then you're not going to really do anything. All right. So for us, it's like, when we first got into real estate, and it pushes us, we were so comfortable, and we didn't want to, we didn't want to do anything else, right? We didn't want to do anything else. We're so comfortable. But when the mall pushes us to the point where we have to make a move, and my wife said, I don't want to build my business on someone else's land and have them control and dictate, my hour. My hour. Who's going to go in here and replace me? And we were debating. It was going. It was continuously going for a couple years, and we just kind of let it go because we're comfortable. We're making good money, and we're comfortable, and we were comfortable, right? Until the mall called me in one day. I went to the mall, opened up the kiosk. Got a phone call from the mall management and said, "Hey, Kong, we want to have a meeting with you." I didn't know what the heck was going on. I went to meet with the lease manager. I sat down with her, and this is what she said. She said, "Kong, we got someone else that's going to come in and pay twice as much as you. So we signed a lease with them, so you're out." And when she said that, you guys, my tears was just falling down. I couldn't hold it in. Because I didn't know how I'm going to explain it to my wife. That was the biggest thing, is I didn't know how to explain it to my wife. And we just purchased inventory. I think we spent about $30,000 or $40,000 on inventory preparing for the holiday season. And every single holiday, we were in worry because the holiday time is the busy time, so everybody wants to come into the mall, and everybody wants to come into the mall and open up a kiosk or open up a business, and we were worried, and that was the last straw. And I begged her. I said, "Please don't do this to us. Please don't do it. We just bought so much inventory. Please just let us." And I was begging and begging and begging. And she said, "Sorry, Kong, we already signed a contract. You guys are out. You got 30 days. Get all your stuff and out." And as I was driving home, obviously I was just crying driving home. And finally, I just have to tell my wife and explain. And that's the day she was crying. She was, but it was the day where she said, "Kong, we need plan B. I'm done. I'm sick and tired, and I'm done with this." And that's when we start looking into plan B, and we merge into, coming across, obviously we come across some books and some audios, and then merge into real estate. At that time, I told my friend that also have a kiosk, I said, "Hey, let's get into real estate." But he didn't do it. So now, and so he didn't start. So now he wanted to start, but guess what happened? He's already 5 years behind me, right? So you guys, start today. I mean, what you're exposing, and I believe everything happened for a reason. So if you are exposed to wholesaling, take advantage of this business, learn it, apply it, take action, and I promise you, once you do your first wholesale deal, you're not going to go back. You're not going to want to do anything else. When I was 18, 19, in my 20s, I was working at a company for 8 years. 8 years, because obviously my whole family, my friends, my family, all my surrounding was average, regular people that go to a regular job, right? That goes to a regular job, and I was never exposed to an opportunity, something like this, that will open up my mind, my awareness that, hey, there's, you can get into something that is just much more, and you can make as much as you want, you can make as little as you want, And I wasted 8 years of my life just going to work at a company, 8 hours a day, going back and forth, So because I was never exposed to some of this, I was a hardworking guy, right? Working was an issue for me. I can work 14, 15, 16 hours a day if I needed to, right? I wouldn't have a problem with it. So anyways, you guys, if you're exposed to this business, take the opportunities of it. Take the opportunities, learn what you can, and apply. You got to take actions. Anyways, enough of that. Okay, Christopher Woods, my question this week is, what is your direct mail result percentage? For example, if you send out 1,000 direct mail pieces, how many of those do you close? So Christopher, great questions. So right now we spend about 35 to 40,000 a month on marketing. So I don't know how much that is. We do a lot of postcard. Each postcard is about 50 cents a postcard. So I guess you can do the math. And our return on a phone call is probably right there between 2 to 3%. And how much of those deals that we convert? To me, it's not so much about how many deals that we get, but it's all about the numbers. So our goal is to hit 350 per month this year, 2018. And the goal is when I put in an offer, to me, it's not about how many deals, but it's about how much, right? So, sometimes I see people post, oh, just close 10 deals this week. And their 10 deals is equivalent to 20,000 or 30,000. So for me, it's not about how much deals, but about how much the spread on the deals. So I just focus on the number, but on an average per month right now, between 7 to 10. Delano, okay, that's an experience. Tell us, okay, does your VA call Facebook listing, or do they call Facebook, or if so, often? Yeah, we do have a VA that does all the cold calling. Kong, how do you tax the delinquent property? Those are good. I like them. We actually got deals from them. Probate. I mean, we got deals from probably almost every list, just because how much we spend on marketing and how long we have been doing it. And also too, you guys, I have this guy that I saw this guy post on Wholesaling Houses full time, and he's asking people about I can't remember what his name is, but he's asking about, he wants to get into the business. And he wants to know who's a good to mentor or whatever it is. I can't remember exactly the questions. And he was concerned about how long that person been in business. To me, it's not about how long you've been in business, but the results. To me, it's the results. That's what you're looking for, not how long. There's some guy that can be in business for 10 years. And if they're only, and if they're doing less than a guy that's been in business for 2 years, then why would you want, then why would you want to follow that guy? You want the results, whatever the result is. So what the 10 guy that been in business for 10 years and only produce, produce a few deals, compared to the guy that been in the business for 2 years and he's producing twice or 3 times as much. That's the guy that I want to learn from. So to me, it's all about not how long, but it's the results. What should I do if I got a house under contract and the price of the house is more than Zillow price the owner puts up, but it is way less than the ARV? What should I say to buyers when they ask? What should I do if I got a house under contract and the price of the house is more than Zillow? Well, the thing is, so this comes from Anda, ANANDA. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the channel and the family. Well, the thing is, if it's a legit buyer, the buyer's not going to go off of based on the price off of Zillow. They're going to do their own research, because Zillow sometimes can be more, sometimes can be less, sometimes they can be right on the dot, all right? But the thing is that most buyers or savvy buyers, they don't just look at Zillow number. They're going to look at the actual, they're going to do their comps, they're going to do their research, and that's how they're going to arrive at the ARV. So you shouldn't worry about it. Devon Harrison, happy Sunday. And the reason why I say that is because we have property that tied up, and Zillow said it's only worth 100, and we sent out to a buyer for 120, 130. Jin, no title company. Okay, you're answering someone questions. Hoo-hoo. What up? Happy Sunday. That's a beautiful story, Kong. That's real inspiration right there. Man, my wife and I went through so much, and you guys got to understand that when I listened to this one investor guy, and this is what he said. He texted Kong. He said an overnight success is 10 years, all right? It takes 10 years for an overnight success. Man, I could have tell you guys so much stories when my wife and I like first met, and then how we just start, and then how we end up here we are today. Man, there's just so much heartache, so much stress. Lots of, there was good, there was up and downs, but man, a lot more downs than up, but a lot more up than down now. So you guys got to understand that most people won't willing to sacrifice and do what is necessary right now for them to get there, for them to achieve their dreams or their goal, because they don't feel like what they're sacrificing right now is worth it. If you know that it's worth it, you're going to do it, and you're going to be completely happy to doing it. When my wife and I, met at 18, we both looked at each other. When I was driving her home, after a month of dating, we both looked at each other and said, no kids, and we're going to sacrifice and do whatever is required and necessary of us morally to get to where we wanted to be in life. And at the time, it was to be a millionaires, and to be by the time we're 30, to do whatever we want whenever we want, and to become a millionaire at a young age. And the goal was at the time was 30. But at the time it was just obviously it was just a goal, a fantasy, a dream. Did we believe that do we deep down believe that it's something that we can do? No, I mean, I don't know about my wife, maybe for her, but for me, for me for me it was just, hey, I'm just a guy coming from another country, a high school dropout, barely have, my education is poor, not just C and D, but I'm like I'm a high school failure, dropout, and so my whole thing was that at the time, to me, it was people that make it is for people that are smart, or people that are, people are smart and intelligent, have connections, or they're brought up in a family that's an entrepreneur, that they can take over business, but never been, I could never imagine it could happen for a guy like me, but through hard work, determination, focus, drive, everything you can think of, mindset, 80% is mindset, but through determination, hard work, and focus, and just grinding and grinding and grinding, and just willing to learn from other people, and just keep pushing and going and pushing and going. And another thing that I wanted to share with you guys, so a lot of times when I sit down with a group of people, and this is what I learned from Tai Lopez. Some of you guys might like him, might not like him, but this is what I learned from him. And he said, when you sit down with a group of people, right, and then and you don't know who's the fool, he said if you don't know who's the fool in the room, you're the fool in the room, right? So when you sit down with people, you got to know who's the player and who's not the player, all right? You got to know who's the player, who's not the player. Less talking and more listening is better, all right? So because you don't want to be the fool, you don't want to start talking like, oh yeah, I'm the shit, and then all of a sudden the guy right next to you is making twice or four times as much as you do. Demetrius Pringle, I mean, when you guys see me sitting down talking to people, like, I just let them talk. Because to me, what it is, like he said, you want to walk away from the table. You want to walk away from the table that you got something from it, not someone else. All they do is they got something from you, all right? That they learning from you, all right? But to win, you must walk away learning something from them. Billy, is cold calling on Craigslist and Zillow a waste of time versus direct mailing, or both? Well, Billy, I mean, I would do, if you have the money, do direct mail, and obviously you're gonna have time where you can cold call on Craigslist and Zillow. But if you want my honest opinion, if you have the money to market consistently, I would market, sit back, relax. The most important, okay, now this is my personal opinion, and you do, Billy, you do what you want, because everyone, we all operate and we all do things a little bit differently. But if it was me, if I had money to market, knowing what I know now, I would have just sent out my marketing. I wouldn't cold call Craigslist or Zillow. I just spent my time learning and mastering my skill on how to talk to seller. That's it. And I'll just let my market work its magic. And when the call comes in, boom. But I wouldn't just sit there and pound the phone, man. I used to do that because, because obviously when you have limited budget, you just got to do whatever it is. And cold calling on Craigslist and Zillow is going to help you obviously overcome the fear, and it's going to help you. Obviously, it's like your practice, right? It's like your practice where you can, where it will get you better to talking to seller. But yes, there are deals on there. It's just a lot tougher. But like I said, this is my personal opinion. Knowing what I know now, I would just send out my marketing. I would just sit back and say, calm, relax, learn how to talk to seller. That's the biggest key. Learn how to talk to seller. Get really, really good with your communication with seller. Sit back, relax, and the deal is going to come. Christopher, what's the best marketing strategy when you don't have $30K to spend on marketing? Well, Christopher, I mean, you got to understand that when we first start out, it wasn't $30,000 to marketing. It's, for us, it's, so you got to build your weight up. So if you have $500 or $1,000 or any money on marketing, I would just, tax delinquents, probate list, house with high equity, out-of-state owner, and then just got to be consistent in your marketing. That's the key. You can't just send out $500 in marketing and then next month you send out nothing. You just got to be consistent. All right, consistently send it out. And another thing I would do if I were you, if that's your budget and it's that small, I would pull up all the expired listing and send all these seller a letter. Pull up all the expired listing and send them a letter. How can I get these large margin when I live in a competitive city like Boston? Demetrius Pringle, I don't know how the market in Boston is. How can I get these large margin when I live in a competitive city? Well, it really depends on the ARV. If the property's resale price is between $150 to $350 to $400,000, you can get a large wholesale fee like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, even over even $100,000 on one assignment fee. Yes, it can. How do you fire your VA? How do we fire a VA? Sorry, you're fired. No, basically we have this company that actually that helps us find our VA. So we tell them, hey, we want our VA to be able to speak good English. If they have sales experience, great. If they don't, not a problem. We want them to speak good English and that they're good on the phone. And you just tell them exactly what you want. They'll find it for you. And we work through that company. We pay through that company. It's an hourly pay. I know you guys asked this. It's an hourly pay. They're like $9 an hour if you go through the company. If you go through Upwork or whatever, where you actually gonna find the VA yourself, then and these are in Philippines and they can cost $4 to $5 per hour. And we do give them bonus and things like that. And this quarter here we're gonna give our VA some really good bonus. I mean, the money here compared to what they make in Philippines, you guys understand that Philippines or Vietnam, my country, it's exactly very similar. People all over there working, 10 to 12, 13, 14 hours a day, make $5. So when you give them a bonus, it's like $100 is the world to them. But no, we try to treat them really, really well. And as long as they can produce, and as long as they can produce for the company, and if we make good profit, we'll make sure that we treat them really well. And we don't compare. We give them $100. No, we don't compare like that. We treat them like if we were to give bonus to someone that would do the job that if they were here. So yeah. But how we fire them is that we just go ahead. So what do you do is that we have this manager guy that manages all the VA, and we just tell them, hey, we're done with this VA. They're not working out. They're gone. But my wife is responsible for fire, and she's really good at firing people. He's sending 80,000 postcards. Yeah. We send a lot. I mean, there's a box there of just postcard. What's the next questions? David, happy Sunday, man. How do you determine how low to start with your offer? If you try to make $30K or more on every deal, wouldn't you lose a lot of business to other investors that are offering a lot more? David, that's a great question. So basically, when we get the seller on the phone, by talking to them, you can determine their motivations, and by negotiating, we're gonna start low, right? We're gonna start low where we want to make, and then we come up, and then we'll come up. But for me, we wouldn't even do, we would come up to, so basically we will start low, right, on our offer of how much we want to make, and then we go from there. But when we hit that 10,000 on assignment fee, that's probably where our mark is. So if at that time at 10,000 they say they still don't want to move, then we'll just let them think about it. What's the percentage of deals do you in your state compared to other states? What's the percentage of deals do you do in your states compared to other states? 09 Petro, I'm not exactly sure what your question is, but I only do in my states. We right now my wife is actually helping my mentor build a virtual wholesaling in his states and in another states, to 2 states, and virtually. And by using our script, she was able to train all these VA up, and I think within like 6 months or so, got him to I can't remember if 6 months or 3 months, but got him to 6-figure virtually wholesale. All right, they're able to lock deal up on a contract, and then he will have a guy that will sell all the deals. And within 6 months. Happy Sunday, Kong. Low price. Low price. Low price. When you call the seller with that name, low price. Happy Sunday, Kong. Do you think I should form a LLC before starting wholesaling houses to protect my personal asset? Low price. Well, unless I wouldn't worry about having an LLC first before you start. My whole thing is start and then start. Laugh out loud. Start and then once you do your first deal or so, then but if you have the money, if the funds, I'm just saying don't let that stop you from start calling people, start putting your name out there. Don't worry about it, right? And then it only takes a week or so. You can go on LegalZoom, go ahead and sign up and open up your LLC, and then I think you have to hire an attorney to form a formation agreement on the LLC. But I would just start. Don't let anything stop you from starting, and then you can go ahead and create your LLC. If you have the money for it, just go ahead and create it. I think it's only like $500 or so to create your LLC. Also, I'm fearful of negotiating a price too high or too low. How do I go about that? So, so low price. Here's what it is that I'm also fear of negotiating a price too high or too low. Well, too low is good. Too high, then you just have to go back and renegotiate. So once you lock it up on the contract and you figure out, oh, the price is too high. So how this is going to solve your problem. Low price, represent yourself as you're working for a company, not as an individual that's going to buy the property, all right? So when you come back, you can tell them, oh yeah, you know what? So if you offer a price that is too high, and I don't know what you mean if you send the contract out to the seller and the seller signed already, and then later on down the road you figure out, oh, the price is too high because you can't sell the property now. Now you can go back and renegotiate with the seller, all right? Renegotiate with the seller. Hey, you know what? After we sent out, we talked to some realtor in the area. We sent them out. They did the market analysis on the property. It seems like the property is worth, less than what we have initially agreed upon. So now you're going to renegotiate the price. If it's too low, then you're probably saying that you worry that the seller is mad, pissed off, yell at you, scream at you. Well, if they do that, then that means it's a good sign. You're on the right track. All right, that means you have talked and call enough seller. Come on, you guys. We got 57 and only 32 likes. As you guys enter the live stream, boom. I want to see that thumbs up. My goal is definitely 30. I am 24, and I'm hoping once I get some cash flow from marketing, I can start with wholesaling. Don't wait. Start today. Low price. If I were you, don't wait. Don't Don't make any kind of excuses or wait on anything. Start today by calling, cold calling, sending out, putting some ghosts out on Craigslist, trying to find buyer, network with agents, start talking, putting your name out there right now. So don't wait for anything. Just don't wait. Because tomorrow might be never. Oh, I'm gonna do later. Later might be forever. And I've seen it in so many people saying that. But look at you now. You made it. Good job. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. Not David. Devin. Francisco. I found numerous vacant property in my area. Complete a skip trace and now contacting the homeowner. Find out from conversions with homeowner. They gave me property back to bank. I'm not sure what your question is, but you skip trace and you contact the homeowner. That's good. Joe Dirt, what's your criteria for looking for a motivated seller, Kong? What's my criteria for looking for motivated seller? Well, the thing is, we send out our marketing, right? We send out our marketing, and the seller calls in. So I'm not exactly sure what's your criteria for looking for motivated seller. I'm not sure what you mean by my criteria. But when we send out our marketing, my wife does all the marketing, and we hit out-of-state's owner. But they gotta have equity in the property, probate, tax delinquents, you name it. We hit all of the lists. And we just sent out our marketing, and we just called in, and then basically asking them the questions: what's their reason for selling, and then go from there. And then that's where you're gonna determine what's their motivation is and how can you help them solve their problem. There's property not foreclosed yet. What should I do? Oh, their property are not foreclosed yet. Not foreclosed on yet. What should I do? Lock it up, Francisco. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lock their property up. Ask them is that what you want to make sure how much time do they have before it's being foreclosed on, and if not, then you lock it up, and then you're gonna help them trying to find a buyer and save them from being foreclosed on. All right. So you gotta hustle, man. That's. Okay, Candace, the boy Alex, happy Sunday. Welcome to the channel and the family. Candace Bogan, happy Sunday. Did you have any worry when starting this business? If so, how did you overcome the worry? Yes, when we first got into real estate, and that's when all of a sudden one day. So at the time, I think we're like 26 or 27. We had some money saved up in the bank. We had a little small business, and and then at the time, we got our house paid off. My wife let me quit the job, and we got some money saved up. And I said, "Oh man, this is exactly what we're working for." And I thought it was done. Life was good. Like I said, you guys, my whole thing was I didn't have big goals or big dreams to become a multimillionaire or anything like that. That's my wife's goal. But as you start to do it, and as you start getting success, it just becomes addicting, right? And you want more. But at the time, my wife, she wanted to, and that's what she wants to be. And doing what we're doing was it's going to take us a long time to save up to be a multimillionaire. So, and she said, hey, she heard about real estate. Real estate creates the most millionaire. She said, hey, I want to take everything we got and I want to go flip houses. I said, woman, you're crazy. Ain't going to do that. That's what I said. She came home. She said, "Calm. Obviously, you guys gotta understand when I tell you guys the stories, it all cramped down, it all cramped packed, and it's short. But there's so many little things in between that it's hard for me to tell you everything. But that's pretty much it. She came home one day, and obviously she came across the books, The Secret. It opens her mind up and let her know that anything is possible when you put your mind to it. Anything is possible. What changed my life is the audio book, Think and Grow Rich. I don't read. I'm not a good reader. I probably read the whole thing and probably don't even understand it. But I got the audio. I was listening to the audio, and that's what changed my mindset. And then, and I came home and she said, hey, Kong, I know what I want to do now, and I want to jump to real estate. I want to flip houses. I said, woman, you're crazy. Ain't doing that. I said, you want to take all of our money and do that? Because, obviously you guys have to understand that we don't know anything about real estate. I don't even know how to put a door handle together. And this woman here wants to take the money and go flip houses. They're like, what the heck? But anyways, it's after that, and then we hire a mentor, and that's what helped me overcome the fear, is having a mentor, because I didn't believe in myself, because I was afraid that I will make the mistakes and put our financial in jeopardy. But I believe that my mentor know what he's doing, and that he can bring me to where I wanted to be, because I have seen the result in him, and that's the result that I want. What helped me overcome was having a mentor, giving me that push and telling me, Kong, you can do it, and if you follow my direction, if you listen to me, and if you do everything I tell you, then you should be able to get the same results. And that's what helps me overcome my fear. As far as talking to seller, I didn't have the issue of talking to seller. I still I was still, obviously I sound very awkward and very weird over the phone when I first talk to seller, because I didn't know what to say, and it's the one thing that holds me back from being able to execute and close my first deal quickly. It took me 6 months, and it took me 6 months to kind of learn how to really talk to seller, but not actually really. It was a lot of time at that time I was getting a lot of my deals through agents. It was just only the last 3 years or so. The last 2 or 3 years. That's when I really started to know how to talk to seller, and really started to know how to talk to seller, and was able to convert these leads that's coming in into deals. 6 months I was sending out my marketing. I was spending $1,000, and my wife's like, what is going on? You got no deals? She told my mentor, and my mentor said, well, why is Kong getting no deals? How many calls does he have? Does he have calls comes in? And she said, yes. He said, well, the issue is Kong could not convert leads into deals because he having trouble talking to seller. I didn't believe him. I said, nope, it's because they're not motivated. So he got on the phone, and he started listening to how I talk. Man, he got off the phone. He was like, oh man, we got to work on this. And you guys, that's why I'm saying talking to seller is so crucial and so important. Once you know how to talk to seller, I mean, if you don't have money in marketing, go door knocking, cold call. You meet somebody and they want to sell. You know exactly how to talk to them, and you can turn them, boom, like that. All right, you can turn it into a deal like that. But yes, I was scared. Talking to seller, getting on the phone, I was a little scared at first. But being in the mall, obviously, if you follow my channel, I was a shy, insecure guy, and working in the mall and that's what helps me kind of overcome my fear of talking to people. So I didn't have problem calling Craigslist and cold calling. It was just very awkward because I didn't know what to say, because I didn't know any real estate term. They said title company, escrow. I didn't even know, right? And I was sounding really weird and really awkward. And over time, I started to know how to talk to them. So now, and then also too is, when you represent a company, not yourself, you don't need to know an answer. Now, when they call us in, when they talk to our girls, they know nothing about real estate, no experience. All right, so they just follow the script. If they don't know the answer to that, they just say, let's just say the seller's Bob, right? They just say, Bob, unfortunately, I don't have an answer to that. My job is to collect all the information regarding the property, so that way our purchase manager or our team or our company can present you with a free, no risk, no obligation cash offer within the next 24 to 48 hours. So I don't have an answer to that, but I can certainly run that across my team manager or my purchase manager and ask them that and get an answer for you. All right. So when I first started out, I didn't even know to say that. It was really weird, really awkward, and you just come off as bad and shady, especially you're going to represent yourself as someone that buys a lot of property in the area, and you don't even know what the heck you're talking about. Twisted Mickey, do you eat with chopsticks? Yes, I only eat with chopsticks. Are you a man or a woman? Oh, man. Oh, God. I think I'm a man. I'm having trouble finding title company in Dallas, Texas area. Do you have any suggestion? Lisa, yes, go ahead and post your question on Wholesaling Houses full-time Facebook group or Bigger Pockets, and I'm sure someone will be able to help you out and hook you up with it. Hi, I literally discovered real estate's wholesaling last Sunday. Well, May, NY lady in red, Lady in red, congrats. You have came to the right business. So you should be thankful that you're being exposed to real estate and especially wholesaling. It's an amazing it's definitely an amazing business. When you first started out, did you tell seller what you are? No, you don't tell seller you're a wholesaler. You tell the seller you're a buyer. Okay, you're part of an investment group or a company. Okay, which is true. What information do you provide about the property to potential seller in your email blast? I've heard you mean buyer. I've heard that you can't market the actual property, but only the contract. Yep, that is correct. So when we send out, we send picture of the property, etc., and we put on there is wholesale deal contract. Jin Woo acting like I'm an employee, making low offers, so much easier. Test to some seller and works. Great, Jin. That's awesome, man. Yeah, man. When I figured that out, it's so much better. Also, when you first started out, did a lot of people ask about your experience? I'm feeling insecure about being insecure, and whether seller or buyer will take me seriously. Well, lady in red, like I said, represent you as part of the company, and that's going to help you a lot. So as an employee, you don't need to know an answer to everything. So if you don't have an answer, you just tell them, hey, you know what? I don't have an answer to that. I can definitely run that across my team manager or my manager or my purchase manager, and I'll get back to you on that. And that'll buy you some time to do your research and try to figure out the answer. But if you come in as someone that's gonna experience buying property and you tell me you don't know an answer to this, get out of here. Zelda, happy Sunday. Welcome to the channel and the family. Steady Eddie, happy Sunday. What the best time to cold call? In my area, it depends on how many hours you cold call, but I would think you don't want to obviously go too late because you might disturb people's dinner or their sleep. You don't want to call too early. I don't know. My figure is when I did the cold call, I start at about on Sunday. Then I want to start in the afternoon until 3 or 4 o'clock, and then Monday through Friday or Saturday, I can you want to. I was thinking I was doing just probably between 11 to 4 or 5 o'clock. Hey, I am 16 and I want to start wholesaling, but how can I wholesale a house if the seller thinks I'm too young? Well, Underdog 19, I'm about to bring on a guy. We're doing an interview with him tomorrow, and he's only 18, and he closed his first wholesale deal. All right, and he's only 18. If you do it virtually, you don't need to meet the seller. They're not going to know how young you are. You can be 12, and they don't even know that you're 12. So we're doing it virtually where we don't meet the seller. We don't see them buy the property. It's all done over through the phone. And it's a skill set that you need to learn how to talk to seller to be able to do it, okay? 09 private though. What's the process called when you buy a property, fix it up, and later take out the money? It's called, what's the process called when you buy a property? It's called refinance property, fix it up, and you later take out the money. Yes, we do that. It's just a cash out refinance. Refi is a shorter term. Hey Kong, how do I get cash buyer to a property to inspect the place without the seller knowing there's another potential person buying the property? Okay, I gotta reread this, okay? Leonardo DiCaprio. Happy Sunday. This might be the real Leonardo. Some of your guys' name are just funny. How much time are we at? Hey Kong, how do I get the cash buyer to a property to inspect the place without the seller knowing there's another? So Leonardo, I just answered the question already. You just tell the seller that, hey, your contractor is going to be there to do the inspection on the property to get you the costs. The repair costs. Alan Andre, how long after you hire your mentor did you do your first deal? After my mentor came out, charged me $25,000, split 3 deals with him, 3 days, fly him out, within a week, and that was a deal through an agent. So within a week or so, when he first came out, he showed me kind of what to look for vacant house, etc. I didn't even know how to look for vacant property and what kind of neighborhood to target, etc. How Mardre Waldry, Big D, what up? Happy Sunday, Waldry. Waldry. How do you know if there's equity in the property? One, ask the seller how much. You don't ask the seller, but you got to figure out how much the property's worth, and also two, how much the property's worth, how much the seller's asking for it, or you can go on the county tax record and try to find out how much they owe on the property. Booty, how do you confirm repair virtually? Well, you want to ask the seller. Luke, happy Sunday, dude. Luke, I'm getting my car. I know that you're one of the person that wants to know when I'm getting my car. So the guy, the Mercedes guy that helps me put in the order, just confirm, Luke, that the car is already done. So it's probably gonna take a month or so for it to be shipped to me. And so we're probably looking at the 23rd of May or so, basically a late May or end of May when I'll be getting it. And then I'll be only able to drive a car for like a couple weeks. Then I gotta leave it because I'm gonna go to Maryland. For those of you who's in Maryland, I'm about to wrap this up here. For those of you who's in Maryland, I'm coming out to Maryland. My wife and I are coming out to Maryland the second week, and we're going to be there at my mentor. Hub City RIA. You guys can Google it up. Hub City RIA, and we'll be there on the 14th. Let me make sure here. On the 14th of June. So if you guys want to meet, you guys want to chat, you guys want to do a selfie, you guys want to Snapchat, whatever you guys want to do, on June 14th, we'll be there at the Hub City RIA. And man, I'll love to meet every one of you guys there, and we can talk real estate all day long. All right, you guys, I'm going to call that a wrap. Thank you so much, man. Hold on a second here. Minnie, I'm pretty Latin escrow in San Diego. Book me for a good time. Oh, God, man. Jeez. But yeah, when I get it, I'll definitely bring you guys on a ride. Thank you so much, you guys. Leo, shout out. Okay, Leo P. Let's give you guys some shout out here before I wrap this up. David, happy Sunday. Let me see here. Who else wanted some shout out? Mark White, what up? Happy Sunday. Ace, I probably can't pronounce it. Ace 89, dope work, dude. Hey, thanks a lot, dude. Thanks a lot, you guys. Thank you so much. Sharon, oh man, can't. Kong, you rock. Thank you so much. DJ from Virginia. What up? Devon Harrison, New York, or North Carolina, I'm sorry. Joho, happy Sunday. Samuel, hey, happy Sunday. Emperor, what up? Smash that thumbs up. That's right. Happy Sunday. Haven't seen you on the channel for a while. Samuel Douglas, Maryland. Samuel, I'm coming out to Maryland the second week of June, and we're gonna be at the Hub City RIA. That's my mentor RIA. We'll be there on Thursday night. I think it opened up at 6. If you want to be there, we can be there. Big D, I'm ready to see the car. Me too. I'm so excited. Joe Dirt, Booty, start my question, then got directed by a car question. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. What's your questions? We don't want no upset face here in this channel. Booty, what's your questions? I'm sorry. Let's get an answer right now before we get off. I'm sorry. I got directed by the car question. I'm sorry, man. Jonathan Kong, what's the red car on your wall? So, Booty, pop your question in and then let's get it answered, all right? We don't want an upset Sunday. We want a happy Sunday. Let me see if I can find. Pop it in and then we'll get your question answered. So this is 3 years from now. 3 years from now, it's the Ferrari. And then I used to, when the Lexus LC 500 came out, I really liked it. And so I decided to put it on the wall because I was debating to buy that or to buy the one that I'm getting now. And it doesn't make as much noise and the horsepower is not there. So that's why I decided to get the car that I'm getting now. Booty, come on, man. What's your question? Confirmation on repair. Do we just take the word of the seller? Okay. I am sorry, Booty. Forgive me for all of a sudden went to the car. So how do we confirm on repair if we do it virtually? So what it is I always ask the seller, no matter what, I would try to get out from the seller is how much do they think it's going to cost to put the house in perfect condition, bow tie, I'm sorry. So you're gonna ask the seller because you want to get a number from the seller because that way you can go back to the seller if the repair is more. You can tell the seller, hey, you know what, the repair cost that you told us was incorrect. It's a lot more than what you told us. But you also too is you want to get the seller on the right track when you come to negotiating on the price. Is you want to put their mind and see where they're at as far as when repair. All right, so you want to ask the seller, get a number from the seller, but when you do your own, when you put your own initial offer in, you want to make sure that you can figure out your own repair costs. All right, so a bow tie. So basically, there is a repair calculation. You know, for a remodel on a kitchen, we typically go between 7 to 10. That's with granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. So we roughly just get a rough estimate. All right, $7,000 to $10,000 for a kitchen. To paint a house, it's $1 square feet. Bathrooms, it's about $35 to $5,000. That's a tile surround. Flooring, $1.25 a square feet. So typically, you want to get a. So if the house needs a complete rehab, you just want to call some contractor and you say, hey, if the house needs a complete rehab, how much you guys charge per square feet? You want to take that amount, times it by the square feet, and it will give you a rough number of what the repair cost would be. But you always want to ask the seller to give you a number of what they think the repair cost would be, okay? And so you want to take that number minus off of whatever that you're going to offer, all right? Minus whatever off of you're going to offer to the seller. Bow tie, did I answer your questions? I want to make sure I give you a happy Sunday here. The angry face was just joke. Maybe should have put it. Bow tie, it's okay, man. And I don't get offended or anything like that. I want to make sure that we get your question answered. So, bow tie, did I answer your question? So you want to figure out just a rough estimate of what the repair cost would be, but you always want to get the seller's price on it of what they think it's cost, okay? Because that's how you're going to go and negotiate with them. Some seller, it's always lower. Some seller predict higher. Very, very rare that the seller would be very close or dead on to the repair cost, okay? So you want to make sure that you get that number so you can negotiate. Jim, you forgot an S, man. It's C63S because the S version has more horsepower, 510. The C63 with no S, it's only 467 horsepower. I don't know if there's a difference, but anyways, you guys, thank you so much, you guys. You guys have been amazing. So for those of you who are new to the channel, interested in learning about wholesaling and how you can do it virtually, smash the subscribe button, and also too, don't forget that thumbs up. Thanks a lot, you guys. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, you guys, very grateful for you guys to be a part of the channel. And I want to continue taking you guys on my journey. Stories to inspire and motivate those people out there. All right. Take care, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.